Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Rossiter's Ringside Report. I'm Mark Tang. I'm joined by the head coach of the NNL boxing program, Leo Rossiter, and Tony Jetter is with us today. And we're very excited to have him because he had an outstanding career as a fighter, and now he's heading Jetter Promotions, which has become one of the premier boxing promotional organizations. Leo, you want to kick us off? We want to hear more.
Right. I first met Tony about 20, 25 years ago now,
Yeah,
right around 2000, 1999, 2000. He was fighting one of my guys, Ali Shaw. Ali
Mhm.
Shaw was a decent fighter. He had a good amateur career and uh, turned pro. Then we fought him over there. We lost. Congratulations, Tony. And then Tony's gone on to have had a pretty good pro career, and during that time he fought Chris Eubanks Jr., who just recently fought this past weekend, I believe it was,
hmm
and that was quite an accomplishment there. Then he made a transition from uh, I believe that was for a world championship. Uh, and then he made the transition from fighter to not only promoter, but premier promoter. He's doing what other guys couldn't crack, is getting into the casinos and stuff. So uh, uh, we have a boatload of information from this guy, and he's right here in our area, right in the D.C., Maryland,
and being
Virginia.
there.
Yeah, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. So Tony, uh, let's touch on your boxing career and your self management, and in your very successful transition into the professional promoting. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
I started at the Laurel Boys and Girls Club in '92 as a kid, and I fought amateur there until 2001. I had a bunch of amateur fights. I was 84 and 16. I actually lost to Mark Chang my first as a novice. Mark beat me in the ABF in the novice. Mark was a great fighter, and I just kept, you know. As an amateur, I just really kept pushing. Like I always wanted to win the Golden Gloves. I always wanted to end up being a two-time Open Class DC Maryland Golden Glove champion, '99 and 2000. And then I went on and turned pro. I signed with Sugar Ray Leonard Promotions, and that was a huge promoter at the time. They had the ESPN deal. I fought on ESPN. I lost, didn't fight for 4 years, came back, had a fight, lost fight, got crunched in this left fight. I lost, winning the fight every second of the fight, and I get clipped in the fourth round. Take a couple years off, come back and go on a crazy run. Get world rated not once, but twice, once by the WBC in the number 13. I fight for the silver world title. I lose, come right back, win four fights in a year, and I end up getting rated in the top 15, the WBA, the WBO, in the WBC. And I fight Eubank, and that was my last fight. I was almost 40. But just to think, Eubank 10 years later is still one of the best fighters in the world. And that just shows the accomplishment. And I didn't win. He crunched me in a couple rounds, but I was almost 40. I was like a month away from 40. Eubank was in his early 20s. And now, 10 years later, he's still doing 60, 70,000 in stadiums. So it was a great accomplishment. And we went from that while I was boxing, we started promoting, and I was sort of promoting in boxing like a lot of guys do now. And we just transitioned and kept it going. And we've been able to really do some big things. We actually, I did a bunch of shows at your venue. We started promoting and we started doing shows at the Annandale Boys and Girls Club where Leo runs. And we had a bunch of shows there. And I had some high level kids fight on that show. I had Tevin Farmer, who ended up becoming a world champion. I had Brian Mendoza, who became a interim world WBC world champion. So we put on so many kids on those little shows we did there. Then we transitioned that into the casinos, the La Casino Hotel in Maryland. We've done 18, coming up on our 19th show there. We've had kids going from there to win world titles. We had Jerry Forrest. We had a bunch of kids fight on them shows, and nobody has done bigger shows than us. We've sold it out before. We have video of sellouts at that place at La Casino Hotel. I know they just had a show there and had a bunch of, we've sold that thing out multiple times. We just want to continue to do well. But the one thing I will say, we want to work with everybody. Anybody and everybody that wants to jump on. We have a show May 10th at Rosecroft, which we're excited for. And we need to, can't just do casino shows. Got to keep these kids busy. Got kids under contract, and we got to keep moving them up the rankings and keep pushing them to bigger and better things. So we're going to do a show May 10th. Then we're back July 26th at La Casino Hotel. Then we're back September 22nd at Rosecroft. Then we're going to be back in November